How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I will be talking about vintage cards. Now the vintage Pokemon market has been making some moves lately, so let's talk about it. Alright, I don't want to waste any more of your time, so I'm just going to get straight into it. I just want to quickly say thank you guys so much for the support lately. You guys are amazing. If you like this video, make sure to like it. If you hate this video, make sure to dislike it. Either way helps, pretty much does the same thing, so yeah. Anyways, let's get to it. Alrighty, so there's been some interesting stuff happening with the vintage market lately, and I want to talk about it and I want to bring it to your attention. So first of all, I just want to say, check it out, pretty sweet. I'm going to get it graded, hoping for an 8. If it comes back as a 7, that's alright. As a cent, if it comes back as a 6, I'll be very sad, but it should come back as an 8. Anyways, the vintage market has been making some moves lately. Now, very specific things in the vintage market has been making moves. So, first of all, let's just talk about it. Alright, so first of all, packs have not moved whatsoever. Packs are still dead as they are. Packs are, I would say, are as good as dead when it comes to sealed. No one wants to open it. No one wants to invest in it. And quite frankly, people are moving to having open wrappers as displays. Vintage packs are just dead. They just simply are. No one really opens it to a substantial amount where it actually affects the price. It's pretty much been at the same price for 3-4 years. In fact, it's actually been on a decline. Other than the last 6 months, it's actually been on a decline. So what do I mean when I say that vintage is going up? Well, what I mean is specific singles. And even more specific, that slabs. So vintage packs aren't going up. Vintage boxes aren't going up. Vintage singles aren't going up. Not really to a substantial amount. Technically they are, but not really to a substantial amount. What's really making moves are slabs, which is very interesting. So we can learn a lot from this, but first of all, let's just talk about some cards that are currently going up. So first of all is the Dark Charizard from Team Rocket. Let's firstly talk about Destined alright? So as Destined the release got closer and closer, people got more hyped about the original Team Rocket. There are two sets, Team Rocket Returns and Team Rocket. So the Dark Charizard, as a PSA 10, used to be about a $5,000 card, first edition, alright? The supply was pretty good. The quality was pretty solid. So getting a PSA 10 first edition wasn't a $500,000 card. It was just a 5k card. Just a good old humble 5k card. And that's actually 5k AUD. So that's about 3k USD. It was pretty cheap. It was cheap as chips, some would say. But recently it has exploded to about $10,000. My mate sold one for $10,000. In fact, I think he sold it for $11,000. It has sold pretty comfortably at the $10,000 mark. So in the movement of about 3 months, probably more than 3 months, it's about 6 months, it's doubled from a 5k slab to a 10k slab. Now, these gains may not sound amazing compared to Evolving Skies or Fusion Strike or 151 or Prismatic Evolutions. But the difference is that no one actually really displays a Prismatic Evolution box like they would with singles, right? Slabs are really good because if they go up, it's like a bonus. For a lot of people, they want to own slabs. Now, take this for example. This is my dream card right here. I've wanted a PSA 9 as a first edition for the longest time. It was a 2.5 to 3k card as a PSA 9 first edition. Now it's about 9k. Makes me pretty sad inside, but that's alright because I got this at a fantastic price, so I'm very happy with this. But the thing is with this is a collector's item. This is the type of thing where you can actually invest in it, but also enjoy it. And that's the thing. A lot of people who are watching these videos like Pokemon, and then they want to invest in it, but they also want to enjoy it. And a lot of people don't like investing in sealed product. A lot of people don't like investing in boxes or cases. Shit, even cases. A lot of people don't like buying cases. You know why? Because you can't even display it. And it makes me sad. It's a good point. Like, it is very true. Like, if you buy... I bought a Twilight Masquerade booster box case. In fact, I had 3 of those suckers. I bought them for $1,000 each in November. I've never seen the booster box inside because I've never opened them up. And it makes me sad because I'm like, oh, I can't see the display. It's sad. But it holds more value. So it's like, it's a bittersweet moment. The thing about vintage is that it's really good because, well, the thing about slabs is it's really good because you can invest in it, but you can also enjoy it. So yeah, it's very interesting. Anyways, Team Rocket's Mewtwo from Team Rocket Returns as a PSA 9 blew up from $1,000 to $4,000. And this is within a time frame of about 3 months. So about 3 months ago, you could have bought it, probably more like 5 months. 5 months ago, you could have bought it for $1,000, and now you can sell it for $4,000. Now, that's pretty solid, especially for if you like the card and it goes up, that's a bonus. I mean, shit, imagine having 100 of those. Now, you wouldn't, but say you had 100 of those, you're Epic Collection could go from 100 grand to 400 grand. Now, that's, of course, a really bad example and a really bad analogy, but it just goes to show that you can invest in something, you can collect something, and it can still go up, and it just makes things so much better when it goes up. All right, now, I don't know how to pronounce this Pokemon, but it's Pokemon Torchic, I think Torchic. A PSA 9 Torchic Gold Star used to sell for 4K and now sells for 7K. A Latias Gold Star PSA 9 used to sell for 4K and now it sells for 9K. A Latias PSA 9 Gold Star, it used to sell for 3.3K, now it sells for 7K. A Gold Star Rayquaza, now buckle up for this one. A Gold Star PSA 9 Rayquaza used to sell for $12,000. Now it's $27,000. And that makes you think, that's really, really interesting. Now I'm going to keep going. Neogenesis Lugia. Oh, actually, I didn't keep track of the price, so we're going to ignore that one. Skyreach Zard. Now, this is one of the most iconic sets and the most iconic card. The Skyreach Charizard is actually one of the best, regarded as one of the best cards in Pokemon, but specifically Skyreach is regarded as one of the best sets of all Pokemon. It has Gengar, it has Umbreon, it has Charizard. It's phenomenal. There's so many other popular Pokemon, and you have 3 sets which are regarded as the best sets of all time. You have base set, you have Skyreach, and then you have Evolving Skies. These 3 sets are regarded as the 3 best sets in all of Pokemon. Then you've got Team Up as a strong number 4. So what's the catch, right? Like, what's going on, okay? Well, you can clearly see that other markets are dumping, right? Like, Pokemon, new Pokemon is just absolutely tanking. Deaths and Rivals is crashing to the floor. SPCs are crashing to the floor. Now, I will just say one thing. If you're new to the channel, okay, or if you've been watching my videos, okay, pretty much if you're a human being, my credibility on this channel is based on how correct I am, all right? So if I'm correct, I'm going to tell you I'm correct. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you I'm wrong. And the reason why is because I want you to watch my videos comfortably. I can yap on for an hour, right? But if I'm wrong, it means jack shit, okay? So really, you're watching this video, but you watching me versus someone else may be potentially because my opinions are better. Now, I don't mean that in an arrogant way, but what I mean is if I have better predictions and if I have price history to show that, if I have history to show my predictions, if I have a better success rate than other people, you're more likely to listen to me. So my point with this, my words is only as good as my credibility. I said this was going to tank. I literally said it. I said it's a great product, but it's overpriced at $400 and it's going to rapidly tank. I said that like 3 videos ago. And lo and behold, it is. Now, why do you think that's the case? Do you think potentially people are just getting a little bit too sick and tired of modern and they just want to look at vintage? Now, they don't want to look at vintage packs. Now, no one cares to buy vintage booster boxes. No one cares to buy vintage packs. No one cares to buy vintage blisters. No one cares to open up vintage. All right, so people don't even care to buy singles. People are not buying singles. People are only buying slabs. It's specifically slabs that are actually doing well. Yeah, sure, singles are doing better, of course, that's not, like, wrong, but the gains you're seeing is on a different level for slabs. Now, let me use these as an example. Really, really shitty example, but I'm going to use these Mews as an example. So I bought these Mews basically about a month ago, or about a month and a half ago, and the reason why, because the black and white set is coming out, and basically this is from the set Legendary Treasures. So I bought these, and the reason why I bought them was because the black and white set is coming out, people are going to be looking at the original black and white, because black and white is a spotlight. And then they'll look at this card and they'll go, holy balls, this is a good card. Now, Mew is a very popular Pokemon. It's a lot more popular in the last couple of years. Bubble Mew has helped its popularity go up, and a lot of other cards has helped its popularity go up. So my logic was that if people go back on those black and white sets, they'll look at this card and they'll go, this card does not deserve to be $100. And boy, oh boy, was I right. Anybody who bought slabbed Mews, you are laughing. I told people, I said, buy this shit up. I bought these for an average of $130 a slab, and now they go for about almost $300. It's like $280. That's bonkers in like a month. And I bought 4 of these guys. I told people, I said, okay, when I say I told people, I was telling them about my investment. I didn't want to just like make this whole Ponzi scheme, but I was telling people, I was like, hey guys, maybe you should take a look at these. And that goes for a lot of other ones. I bought Zekrom PSA 8s for $180, and then they're now worth $300. And the thing is, you can see, it's actually kind of funny. I actually forgot what my point was. My point is that these haven't moved. Singles haven't moved. These I can't sell for. I think my average was $100 per. I think it was like that, 100, 110, 120, whatever it is. I can't make a profit on them. I literally cannot profit on these. The only way I could profit on these is if I graded them, they graded a 7, and then I sold them. That's the only way I can profit on them. If they get a 6, I'm cooked. The thing is that you can see there's so much strength in Slabs. Like, the amount of credibility PSA is getting only grows more and more per day. Now, people who lack more than like 3 IQ generally have this mentality that PSA is going to 0 and it's crashing and everybody's leaving PSA, and that's just bullshit. The new person who's the hobby that just heard about the new hype cool grading card company, maybe they're leaving PSA, but the actual smart money is still staying. Your Vintage Slabs is still saying, if I grade this with any grading company but PSA, I'm going to have a hard flipping time selling this. Now, if I grade it with Beckett, it might be easier, but the value isn't going to be more than PSA. It's going to be less. The thing is, there is so much movement in not even Slabs. It's literally just PSA. Beckett Slabs are harder than ever to sell. Black labels aren't going up whatsoever. The only thing that's going up is literally PSA. Now, why do you think that's the case? So the case is actually pretty simple, to be honest. Basically, if you want a Charizard, you can either buy it raw, risk it being fake, risk there being damage you didn't see, risk there being some damage on the holo that you didn't notice, something like that. Or you can try and crack to pull one and lose thousands of dollars. Or your most financially intelligent option is to buy a slab. Okay, so this is a PSA 7, right? There is no guesswork with this. There is guesswork with this Lugia. Now, I took a good look at this Lugia. I'm going to get my mate to take a good look at it. And I believe it will get a PSA 8. I compared it to some other PSA 8s. It's a strong PSA 8, a weak PSA 9. There's a 10% chance it'll get a 9, but honestly, it probably won't. There's a good chance it's going to get an 8, right? Now, this could get a 3. Like, I don't know. This could get a 3. This could get a 2. This is not getting a 3. This is not getting a 2. And that's the difference with Slabs, right? Because this is professionally looked at by PSA when I send it off to them and they look at it. It's professionally looked at. And that's the thing. Because it's professionally looked at, there's no guesswork with Slabs. Slabs are easy to track. If I go to sell this card to you, I'm going to say, hey, your card on the market goes for $200. All right, you'll take a look at it. Look at the back, look at the front, etc. Well, it's an old card, so it's going to have some dings, right? Does it have dings? Does it have surface damage? Does it have corner damage? Does it have edges damage? Does it have widening? Does it have surface area? Like, what is wrong with the card? Every copy is different. Same goes for Lugia. This may sell for $300 one day, and then the next day it sells for $1,000, and then the next day it sells for $700, and then you're thinking, what in the world? Modern sells for $400, $410, $420, $400, $410, $420. But then this is selling $300, $800, $200, $100. And it's like, what's going on? Well, what's going on is that the condition is constantly varying, and sellers are hiding the poor condition more and more every single day. People take pictures on a white surface. People take pictures covering the damage. People take pictures with poor photos intentionally because good photos show the damage. You don't get that with PSA. There's no guesswork with PSA. You can track it very easily. Okay, a vintage Charizard, a PSA 10 unlimited Charizard, arguably one of the most sought after cards because first edition is so out of reach for most people that for a lot of people the unlimited copy is it's like their grail in a sense because first edition is just in a different universe for them. Yeah, that used to sell for about 10k as a PSA 10. One just sold for 30k the other day. You don't get that from singles. You don't get that from raw. You don't get that from boxes. You don't get that from other stuff like that. You get that from slabs because slabs are not guesswork. So that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. There's a lot of interesting things going on with the vintage market. Now, I will say one thing about the vintage market is don't buy it intending to make money. Like, that's just stupid in my opinion. You should be buying the cards that you want, and then if they appreciate, that's good. So the 3 cards I've always wanted is a Shadowless Charizard, a Neogenesis Lugia, and a Gold Star Rayquaza. Now I'm going to cry myself to sleep because Shadowless Charizard has absolutely exploded. Neogenesis Lugia has absolutely exploded. And Rayquaza, oh my goodness. Oh, it used to be a PSA 9 was 12k, a PSA 8 was like 5, 7 was like 3, 6 was like 2k. Now it's like literally an Evolving Skies case for like a PSA 8. Like, that's not fun, man. So, buy the cards you want, and if they go up, happy days. Please do not buy Lugia because you think it's going to go up in the future. Okay, this card has been dead for like 3 years, and it only recently doubled. So, you shouldn't be buying it, because if it doubles it again, you're going to have to wait until 2028, and like, let's be real, SPCs are probably going to be like 600 by then. They sell for 300 now, it's probably going to be 600 then. So don't buy it intending to make money. That's just stupid in my opinion. Buy sealed instead. But if you want to buy vintage and you just want to come up with the next reason to justify your purchase, you can tell yourself it goes up.